Namaste yogis, my name is Rahul Rawat. I welcome you all for today's session. Today we're gonna go over to the common alignment of downward facing dog and the mountain. Whenever you're ready, let's begin. Keep your spine straight, nice and long. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. And then exhale. Catch your breath and set an intention for today's practice. Bring your palms together. Let's open our class. Just take a few moments here to observe your breath, observe your posture. With the next inhalation, let's chant. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaśchida dukha bhavave. Ma kaśchida dukha bhavave. Just feel the vibration and effect of the Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Om chanting. Pray to the God for today's energy, for today's practice. Bow your head down towards the God. Now open your eyes while blinking and namaste to everyone. So before we get into mountain and downward facing dog, let's warm up ourselves. Just need to find yourself into the tabletop. Press your palms on your mat. Fingers spread out. Flatten your palms completely on the floor. Make sure your palms are directly underneath your shoulders. Knees are directly underneath your hips. Now with the next inhalation, try to lift your head up. Reach high. Now with the next exhalation, lower your head down, hump on your back. Squeeze your hips in, push your hips forward. Inhale, again head up, look up high to the ceiling. Stretch upward. And then exhale, head down, hump on your back. Squeeze your hips in, push your hips forward. One more time, inhale, lift your head up. And then exhale, lower your head down, hump on your back, push your hips forward, squeeze in there. Now press your hands, tuck your toes under and lift your both knees off the floor into the plank. Try to engage your abdomen, pressing your hands and slightly lean forward. If you're not able to lean forward, then it's completely fine to hold your shoulders right above your palms. Stay for 3, 2, and then 1. Again drop your knees down and then inhale, again lift your head up. So this downward facing dog is a combination of your forward bend and the back bend. Okay, in the frontal side you will have back bend on your thoracic region, in your shoulders, on your thoracic, on your lumbar region, but whereas on your legs we get the stretch on our hamstring. So that is why we consider it forward bend and back bend combination. Now again tuck your toes under, reach your hips high, press your palms on your mat. So this is how we are going to push our shoulders on your mat, towards the mat, and press your heels on the floor. So keep on making that nice arc on your spine. Keep on pushing your hips upward, press your heels down, and then move back to the downward facing dog and then tabletop. Inhale, lift your head up. reach high. As you exhale, lower your head down, hump on your back. Inhale, head up, look up high. And then exhale, lower your head down, hump on your back. Squeeze your hips in, push your hips forward, engage in the air. Inhale, again head up, look up high to the ceiling. Now stretch your right hand forward, parallel to the ground. Now with the next exhalation, push your outer edge of your palm on your mat and then try to make a cup of finger with your left hand. Keep on dragging your right hand forward and then push your right shoulder down and feel that nice extension on your shoulder. So same stretch we are going to find on the downward facing dog as well. Keep pushing. Keep pushing down with every exhalation and then inhale there and then exhale, push it more down. Stay there for a while. Feel that nice extension and then outer rotation on your arms. And then exhale, release your hand back to the tabletop. Now stretch your left hand forward parallel to the ground. And then exhale, push your outer edge of your palm on your mat. And then push your shoulder towards the floor and then make a cup of finger with your left hand. So either you can flatten your palms on the floor or you can make a cup of finger on the floor. But I prefer to make cup of finger. When you're making cup of the finger, you can easily get the height from the floor. And then whenever you get the height from the floor, the more extension you will find on your body. Try to hold there for 3. Keep stretching, 2. And then 1. Now exhale, release your hand back to the tabletop. Now from here we will do extended puppy pose. Just settle down yourself on the mat properly. Then extend your both hands forward or you can make a cup of finger again. And then sink your shoulder down, look front in between your both hands and make a nice arc on your back. Try to hold the posture, but don't hold your breath. You may be thinking, are we supposed to drop our chest down or not? If you're lifting your chest off the floor, then you will have more extension on your thoracic region. If you are dropping your chest down, you will have the extension, but it won't be that much. Alright, so it's better to lift your chest up. If you have blocks in front, you can put the block underneath your palms and then press. Breathe in, breathe out here. And then exhale, release your hands back to the tabletop. So let's move further. Again to the downward facing dog one more time. Tuck your toes under and then reach your hips high for the downward facing dog. Just understand that rotation, how it's coming in our hands. So in this downward facing dog, we do have that outer rotation in our arms. You're pressing your heels into your mat and spreading your fingers out. Make sure your hands are rotating outward. See, whenever you're going for the downward facing dog, we need to have that nice back bend from your thoracic region. So whenever you're rotating your hands outward, is going to directly influence that back bend, even go further out, right? If your hands are rotating inward, then it's going to get that bone-on-bone compression of your humerus bone and the shoulder socket. So instead, we are supposed to rotate our hands outward and then elevate high, creating space in the shoulder socket. The more space you create, the more you sustain this elevation from your shoulders, then it's going to be easy to hold in the back bend, alright, in the downward facing dog. Now again, press your palms on your mat, tuck your toes under and then reach your hips high for the downward facing dog. Try to push your heels down, keep on pushing your shoulders, look front in between your both hands if you want. If you're looking backward, this is the tendency of our arms. When you're tucking your head in, this is the tendency to rotate our hands inward. Alright. So in Ashtanga Vinyasa, basically what do we say? In generally, what do we say? We say that tuck your head in so that you can look at the navel center. The moment when you tuck your head in, you will have that internal rotation in your hands. If you've been practicing for a long period of time, then you must be aware of that outer rotation of your arms while tucking your head in. But for the beginners, I would prefer not to tuck your head in, otherwise you will have that internal rotation in your arm. Then you may get that shoulder impingement. Alright. So in this downward facing dog, we have to have our hands rotating outward. So how we are going to get this outer rotation? The more you rotate from your palms, the more extension you will find on your shoulders. Alright. So keep pressing from the outer edges of your palm. In general, your hand does not influence your arm rotation. As same as like your feet does not influence your legs rotation. Alright, so press your hands again. Reach your hips high, rotate your shoulders backward, look front in between your both hands and slightly bend your knees. Now when you are bending your knees, you can get your hips even higher than before, right? And you can get your lower back all the way straight, and then you can easily push your head down towards the floor. Try to feel that nice extension on your hips, on your lower back, in your shoulders, all the way around on the posterior group of muscles. Keep pushing your shoulders, look front or look back as per your comfort. When you're looking back, make sure your hands are rotating outward, and then exhale, release down. So this downward facing dog is as same as like a extended puppy pose, right? So the puppy, this is the extended puppy pose. When this puppy gets older, it becomes dog. Alright, so same extension you are supposed to have in the downward facing dog as well. Alright, so here we are having that extension on our underarms. The same extension we are supposed to have in the downward facing dog as well. Alright, so make sure you are having nice and gentle stretch on your shoulders, and then either you can look front, look back as per your comfort. Now press your palms, bend your knees, jump forward for the halfway look up. Exhale, bend completely down, straighten your spine, completely bend forward, lengthen. Inhale, sweep your arms over the head, and then exhale, release your hands beside your hips. Turn your palms forward, rotate your shoulders back, legs open, hip width apart. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Bring the awareness towards your natural breath. Find the stillness. Let's do downward facing dog one more time. As you inhale, sweep your arms up over the head, all the way come up high. Now with the next exhalation, bend completely forward, put your hands down on your mat. Inhale, swing yourself forward. And then exhale, press your palms, bend your knees, try to jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. And then exhale, press your hands down and then roll back on your toes for the downward facing dog. The basic difference between your mountain and downward facing dog is, in the downward facing dog your legs are apart, but in the mountain your feet are together. Okay, and your fingers are also together, and you have to be stable like a mountain, like this. Okay, there is no movement in your shoulders, there is no extension on your spine. You're just lengthening your spine forward and you're pushing your heels down, and that entire posterior group of muscles stretch that comes on your calf, your hamstring, your hips and your shoulders as well. Okay, but in the downward facing dog, you can open your legs out according to the hip distance. Either you can bend your knees to get your hips even higher. The main purpose is to have that stretch on your shoulders, I mean on your thoracic region. Alright, so either you can push your heels down or lift your heels off the floor to lengthen your spine even higher as much as you can. Okay, but when you're pushing your heels down, at that time you're having that resistance against the gravity when you push your heels on the floor. Okay, so if you are not aware of your inner arches of your feet, make sure you're pressing from the inner arches of your feet at the same time. Okay, and press from the outer edges of the feet at the same time. So from the outside, from inside, both should be pressed evenly. Okay, now again press your palms, press your feet together, reach your hips high as possible, reach up, and then bend your knees, and then again jump forward for the halfway look up. Exhale, completely bend down. Inhale, sweep your arms up over the head, reach high, make a nice arc on your back, open up your chest. Now bend your elbows and grab your elbows together. Open your hips out. Sorry, open your legs out, hip width apart, and then exhale, bend completely down with a straight spine. Now inhale, halfway look up. Now as you exhale, push down. Inhale again, halfway look up, and then exhale, push down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and then exhale, inhale, and then exhale again, push down. Inhale again, release your hands on the floor, halfway look up, spine straight. Then exhale, put your both hands underneath your feet. Inhale, look front. Then exhale, bend completely down. So why we are doing these forward bends? See, whenever you're going for the back bend, it's very important to understand this elevation of your spine. Okay, so in this, what we are doing, we are lengthening our spine. At the same time, we can easily elevate when we are going for the back bend. Alright, so keep on bending forward, create the space in between your vertebrae. Let the prana go in there. Stay for a while for 3. Breathe in, breathe out. 2. Keep pushing your toes on your wrist. 1. Now inhale, halfway look up. And then exhale, release your hands on your mat and look front. And then exhale, press your palms and then send your both legs back for the plank. Alright, so if you want to modify the posture, then drop your knees down, chest down, chin down on the floor. Inhale, swing yourself forward. And then exhale, roll back on your toes on the downward facing dog. So let's modify this posture. Let's modify this downward facing dog. If you are not able to push your heels down, you already know that you can bend your knees and get your heels off the floor. Or what else you can do? You can fold your mat. You can fold your mat behind and then push your heel on the folded mat right here. And then reach your hips higher. Okay, this is how you can easily feel that nice stretch on your hips, and then lower your shoulder down. Try to drop your head, drop your crown of the head on the floor, and then reach high from your hips. So this is how you can easily understand this proper alignment of this downward facing dog. Make sure your hands are not rotating inward. If they are rotating inward, you will have shoulder impingement. Alright, so this extension is against the tendency of our body. Alright, so the tendency of our body is to rotate our hands outward. Okay, so not in the back bend. In the back bend, never rotate your hands inward. Now drop your knees, chest, chin down again. Inhale, swing yourself forward for the cobra pose. Roll your shoulders backward. And then exhale, roll back on your toes for the downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now drop your knees down, rest in child pose. Take a deep breath in, breathe out. So this is how we are going to do this downward facing dog and the mountain together. Alright, so if you have any question, then you can comment down on the below. Alright, so now relax on your spine for a while. Rotate your shoulders back and then close your eyes. Turn your palms up, feet turned out. Relax your breath. Just remember the entire class, entire sequence for the downward facing dog. You can put your one hand on your abdomen and feel the movement of your belly. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and then exhale. Keep observing your body posture. Synchronize your belly movement with your breath. Don't make any efforts to breathe in, breathe out. With every inhalation, make that inhale deepen. With every exhalation, make that long. Inhale, deepen your breath. Feel that breath, feel that sensation as you inhale inside. Now as you exhale, let the prana go out from your body. Inhale and then exhale. Now bring the awareness back to your body. Extend your arms over the head. Interlock your fingers behind your back or behind your head, and then stretch your entire body from top to bottom, bottom to top. Now release your toes, keep on moving. Move your toes around. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and then exhale. Now fold your left leg at the knee. Turn on your right side. Use your right arm underneath your head as a pillow. Now take your time to sit in any comfortable pose. Eyes remain closed. Inhale. And then exhale. Begin to observe again your breath. Now let's finish today's session with 1 time Om and 3 times Shanti together. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your hands together in front of your heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let the entire world be happy and remove all the fear of the death. Bow your head down. Rub your hands together in front of your heart center. Just feel that heat in between your hands and slowly, gently place it on your closed eyes. Feel the warmness on your face. Now again one more time, rub your hands together. Place your palms on your entire body, on your head, on your neck, on your shoulders, on your lower back, hips, and your knees together. Again, join your hands together in front of your heart center. Bow your head down towards the God. Say thanks to the God for today's energy, for today's practice. Honor yourselves, honor your practice. Now open your eyes while blinking, and namaste to everyone.